Oh, boys and girls, the prophecy has been fulfilled. Endrick led us to the Premier League. And not only that, before the season ended, we'd already secured the permanent signings of Endrick, of Mishu, of Bellingham, of Beerith. Ronnie Edwards is coming back to the club. We did have £40 million to spend. We've already spent a lot of it. But this is the transfer window, and we should probably buy a goalkeeper. Right. What are we doing? We're spending 26 million left, having already confirmed the permanent signings of Mishu, Bellingham, Endrick and Beerith. We're now trying to get Ronnie Edwards back home for only 4 million up front. So that'll still leave us with plenty to spend. I don't want to spend all this money on these players that it's trying to get me to spend money on. So I'm going to ignore all of this. None of these are players who left the club. So none of them interest me. Our priority, let's go to the squad planner. The most useful feature in all of the world. And see what, I mean, we obviously need a goalkeeper. We knew that really already, didn't we? Okay, this makes more sense. It still confirms, right, we're not going to have Rule Walters. Again, why is he here for next? He's not here next season. So why is he on this page? He's not going to be here. So if Ronnie Edwards comes back in, we certainly don't need centre-backs. If we're losing Rule Walters, we need a right back. We need a goalkeeper. I think we're probably okay for centre mids. Between Mishu, Taylor, Dewey, Bellingham, Sarr. Is there more? I think we're probably fine. And then we're going to have Endrick, Beerith and Jones. So we probably need one more striker. Obviously, we've got Poku to play as an attacking midfielder as well. But priority, goalkeeper and right back. I don't think, unless we see someone perfect, I don't think we need to rush into anything until the 1st of July. Ultimately, we did most of our business on deadline day this season just gone. Hello, new stadium capacity. We're adding some new seats, adding undersoil heating. It's going to take 2 months. We get to stay at London Road. Happy days. Who is he? Sheffield United. 23. If they don't get promoted, does he have a release clause? Scout him. I think we have to wait for Laird, Lewis and Walters to finish their loans and then get one of them on loan. Because all 3 of them just come in and fit the role perfectly. Max Aarons, he'll be too old now. Are a couple of days away from Endrick o'clock, where we get to find out what his value is. I mean, that's not a terrible deal they're proposing there, but I would like to pay less up front, please, to stretch our budget a little further. Because the further we can stretch our budget, the better. We probably would have had more joy getting this deal. I probably would have got a better price for this deal if we'd have waited until they failed to get promoted. But in the meantime, let's just get it secured in case they get promoted and then we can't get them at all. Are they in the playoffs? Yeah, they are. Are they still in the playoffs? They are. I mean, that is such a blow to Sheffield. Imagine being a Sheffield United fan. You're in the playoff semi-final trying to get back to the Premier League. Meanwhile, your goalkeeper gets sold out from under you while the playoffs are going on. He's not even going to hang around long enough to see if you get back to the Premier League as well. He's just off to Peterborough. I mean, can we just buy Laird, I wonder? We haven't even looked into how much he'd be to just go and buy. Holy niblet holes. They're looking to offload him and we can get him for 3 million. Yes. Come here. Come here. Come here. Ethan. I probably should scout. Is he rubbish? How old is this scout report? It is a year old. I mean, attribute-wise, he looks absolutely spot on. If you compare him to Rule Walters, who I was willing to spend 20 million on until you talked me out of it. I mean, that might work. He only wants a squad player, which suggests he's maybe not as good as we think he is. So we'll reserve judgment until we get this scout report in. Like I say, this one's a year old. But on the face of it, even if he becomes the backup right back, who have we got at fullback? Where's the squid planner? How do I get the positions on it? There we go. So we've got, well, we're not going to have Walters. So we've got Henry Lawrence, who can play right back and left back. Hanzo, who can do left back and centre back. Dennis, who can do, so Dennis is the only out and out left back. And then you can have Lawrence and Laird covering both sides. We still need a real right back to come in as well. But I mean, that's just cheap. I like cheap. Interesting that Bayer Leverkusen are interested in him after spending all that money on Stolazic last summer. So now we find out how much he's worth. Only a C+ from the fans. Unsure why he's been signed after such an average loan spell. He literally won Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, broke our goal-scoring record. Our fans have lost their minds. But his value is not as high as I thought it would be, to be honest. It is typical Posh fans. Posh fans would rather have Johnson Clark-Harris. Can't believe we're getting rid of Johnson Clark-Harris for that stupid Brazilian kid. Right, Ethan Laird. Have we had our new scout report yet? We haven't. I'm just going to delay that a week. I do want to see what the new scout report says. Right, so Laird's not as good as we thought he was. But I think he's cheap enough to be a good backup who can cover both sides. So on that basis, I think we do bring him in. But acknowledge that we do need a starting right back still. This is not the guy. Aha, here we go. Deshaun Bernard. We signed for 130,000. He's out of contract at the end of the season. I would quite like to get closer to this 6 million. Hopefully Rotherham are going to be open to some negotiation. Try for that. Okay, that's fine. I just want him gone. Dewey got Championship Young Player. That's not bad considering he didn't even win our Young Player of the Year. He did win the Championship Young Player. I tell you what, he's going to be some player. Is he a wonder kid? He is a wonder kid. Dewey is a wonder kid. Dewey is a wonder kid. Is Endrick a wonder kid? Endrick is not yet a wonder kid. He is. He does have Peterborough on his favourite clubs though, which I absolutely love that. That's brilliant. And there's 3 new boys arriving. I'm surprised Ronnie Edwards is only showing us 3-star current ability. Holy smokes. Look at that value. Look at him. That's just because he's not been a regular starter for however long. Ronnie's home, everybody. That's a good signing as well. That's a very good goalkeeper. I don't really know how he ended up at Sheffield United. That is some good goalkeeping. Look at him. Look at the state of those attributes, boys and girls. I know I'm not an attribute guy. But that does... I'm feeling things looking at this man. He's only 23 years old. He knows I'm feeling things as well. He knows exactly what's going through my head when I look at his attributes. I hate this. Oh, God, I hate it. Give me squad depth back. I mean, what's happened here? So Caprile in goal, Ronnie Edwards at the back, going through Bellingham and Dewey in midfield, and then Endrick up front. What a core of the team we've got there. They could all go on to be full internationals for major countries. That's an Italian goalkeeper, an English centre-back, a French and an English midfielder, and a Brazilian striker who could all go on and become international players in a newly promoted Peterborough team. People think Forest came up and put together a team out of nowhere. Can I just draw your attention to what we're entering the Premier League with? Who on earth is this guy? I mean, I guess we say that's Steven Spendy. I feel like I'm being... I feel like someone's just... I feel like I'm being trolled here. Kev, I hear you've got a lot of money to spend. Is Steven Spendy. Oh, but he does exactly... I wanted a player who could cover all these positions. I do need a fourth striker. Oh. This gives us the flexibility to keep the 4-3-3 in play. Oh, Mike, you special little chap. Mike just doesn't disappoint, does he? He's better than Hendrick, supposedly. I find that hard to believe. Yeah, we're having Spendy. Mike, you glorious specimen. Hey, everybody. Enjoying this YouTube video where I'm wearing headphones? Want to see me wear headphones more often? You should come over to Twitch. I wear headphones for hours at a time whilst playing Football Manager without Chris editing out all the good bits where I suck mints, turn off the internet, and bleep out my own swears. Twitch.tv/LOLLUJO. Have we got a new assistant manager yet? This seems to be... Did I place an advert for one? Have we got one? Apparently we've got one. He's so much worse than the one we had. Well then. Oh no, hold on. He's an under-18s assistant manager. Is he? No, he is the senior... Oh, God. We've made a mistake here. Who the hell is this guy? Francisco Ginella. My director of football's just made an offer for him. We need to decide if we actually want him. So we're going to have a look at him, I guess, and work out if we actually want him. So 9 million seems about right. Our reservation is he's old compared to the rest of our team, but he is really good in such a key role. If we're going to play the diamond again, which I think we are, he can sit at the base of that diamond and do that job better than anybody that we've got. It's that deep line playmaker. Fuchs can't play as a deep line playmaker. The only other one we've got is Michu, who's better further forward. So I think this is a guy we probably need. Right, let's actually talk to them and try and negotiate a Kev-style bid. Something like that. See, this is more like it. None of this spending the remainder of the budget. Let's spend 2 million. Let's spend 1.5 million. Let's spend 1.5 million. Let's spend 1.7 million. Yes, it costs us £5 million more overall, but I don't care. I want players this summer. What about anal? Excellent question. Is it okay. No anal for us this season, boys and girls. Anal's off to Chelsea. Right, this guy is getting more and more expensive, so I don't think we're getting him. Aku does want a new contract. It didn't have the button there for me to offer him one. Oh, God, he's got the wang of an agent, hasn't he? Although, maybe he hasn't. I don't remember Zara Ballantyne, who has a friendly relationship with me. So Poku's got a new agent. He's finally seen sense. But then he comes in asking for that kind of money when he's currently earning 8.5 grand. What a wally. Come on, Kwame. Can we maybe try and grow up a little bit? There we go. Right. Where do they expect us to finish? Bottom. Who would have thought? But has it affected Hendrick's value? Just a smidgen. Just a smidgen, boys and girls. It's affected his value. Just a little smidgen. Wow. Right, Micah Beereth and Job Bellingham are permanent Peterborough United players. Beereth comes in 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, having scored 18 goals for us last season. And Job Bellingham, what a man. What a signing that is as well. Oh, Gambling Blues has only gone and done the 7 subs we needed. What a hero. Thank you very much. What, my old man eyes. Reese, thank you very much for the sub as well. That puts us, and Lewis is in with 3 months. We are now bigger than home. We have got more subs than live in the village of home. Finners, ours is available on a free transfer. I mean, he was great when he was here before. That's probably a signing to make. I don't know that he's good enough at this level, but he definitely comes in on trial. Right, there's your offer for Harvey White. He can go for that. Doesn't want to be here, so get lost. Offer for Harrison Burrows, same thing. Get these 2 in on trial. I don't know why these 2 are still here. And then Finn, please be good still. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. Just for the whole, he was part of the project, let's get him in. We can always do with extra bodies, and he was great for us. He's not going to play a lot. I love him, so he deserves to be here. Tommy Doyle's got the advantage of being 23 and being able to play the role I actually want at the base of the midfield. So he can actually do that deep line playmaker role whilst still being able to tackle. He fits into the system better. But Yates is 6'3" and good at defending. And we are newly promoted. And we can't get both. They're completely different, aren't they? I kind of want both. Oh, I hate having to think. Sorry for those of you who just thought I was a random clicking, quick picking meathead, but I am putting some thought into this. And I apologise profusely for it. We're going off brand and I'm thinking about my save. Right, who wants Yates? Burnley. Who wants Doyle? Nobody. How good are Burnley? This is where we're going to decide who we're going to go for. How good are Burnley? Burnley are in the Championship. But nobody wants Tommy Doyle. Is that because Tommy Doyle's too good? I like the fact Tommy Doyle's 23. I think we definitely want Tommy Doyle. The question is, do we want Yates as well? And I don't think we do. I think we want another Dewey style player, which is easier said than done. Jeez, Tommy. Come on now. Save some for everybody else. Ultimately, I would like to take some of the heat off me here. One moment. If the f***ing squad planner worked, I wouldn't have to do all this because it would just be there. Back when we had the squad depth screen, this was easy. Ah! Try and loan him. I'm not against loaning him. I'd obviously like the money to spend, but at the same time, I'd also quite like to keep the player and see how he develops. So if someone wants to pay his full salary, I'll loan him. These 2 need to get gone. Absolutely need a shot of these. Should we make an offer for Ryan Yates just to be on the safe side? Because we don't want to not get anyone. Nobody tell him he was 4th choice. But if he ever asks, we wanted him from the start. He was always my main transfer target this summer. He's getting bigger and bigger. It would have been quite nice to get him for 9 million, looking back now. Right, Tommy Doyle, I definitely want. So Tommy Doyle is coming in. I know I want Tommy Doyle. Either way, they've got Football Manager on the screen there. Is that normal? James Trafford is worried that the new goalkeeper that we spent £20 million on is here to replace him. Now, James, do you remember a week ago when you were asking why you were the backup goalkeeper now? And I said, hey, James, we just spent £20 million on a new goalkeeper. He's going to play. But you're not listening there? Unfortunately, that's how football works. I already thought it was more valued. What about our previous conversation led you to believe that? I kind of feel like I have to leave at this point. Or you could just be the backup goalkeeper. They are your 2 choices, James. What is not going to happen is the mystery third option where you play every week. Now, Rangers are trying to sign Ryan Yates as well. They heard that little non-league dig and they decided to take both options away from me. Idiots. Harvey White is off to Dusseldorf. Have fun, Harv. Spurs are taking a chunk of it. Ryan Yates has decided he'd rather go and play in the Championship. What a coward. What a pathetic coward he is. Should we see who's on the transfer list? See if we can find any Barjanes. I mean, someone who can play all the way through the middle like that, these players seem ideal. He doesn't know what he is. We could bring Delap in. Oh, Liam. Liam. Oh, we're going to sign 3 Manchester City players. We're going to get Fiorini, Delap, and Doyle. We're just going to... I mean, it's worked for Arsenal in real life. Let's just sign a load of players Man City don't want anymore. 3.7 million. Drop your wage demands. There we go. We're in. 1.8 million. Lower your wage demands. Right, here we go. The fact that they're accepting such low offers suggests that they're not very good, doesn't it? 2.9. Lower your wage demands. Obviously, these all need scouting. Right, Liam Delap is a Peterborough player. Oh, what are we doing here? Right, Fiorini, is he any good? Kinda, yeah. Let's get him in. Do I do traffic updates this late on? The car that's been outside the house for weeks is still there and hasn't moved. How do I find out if a car is stolen or abandoned? Because it genuinely hasn't moved for weeks at this point. And we don't know whose it is, and it's right outside our house. There you go. Sheffield United are going to pay his full salary for the season. That is a good deal for everybody. Right, are we going to let Trafford leave on loan? Probably, because he's a troublemaker, but it does mean we're going to have to loan a goalkeeper in of our own. Unless we sign this guy, who's roughly equivalent to Trafford. Played for Charlton last year. Would he be happy to come in as backup? Let's see, shall we? Certainly not paying anywhere near that for him. Yeah, so he's happy to come in as backup. Trafford is going on loan to West Brom. They're going to pay all of his wages and play him week in, week out, which actually is probably the best move for everybody. He's only 22. A year there might humble him enough so that he comes back and he's happy to be our backup goalkeeper next year. That might work out perfectly. And there's our new backup goalkeeper, who's fine. Just fine. So we'll wrap the transfer window video up there. Make sure you come back tomorrow to see how we start the season. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I don't normally tell you to do that here on LOLLUJO 2, but you know what to do. I might be wearing similar clothes in the next video. Don't read anything into it. It'll be fine.